Look at the two of them. Of course. Bawumia and no mate. Mate, they are saying, you mate for him driving. And the driver, no, I won't find my mate by force. But you see, taking myself, if I have to run UT again, I know what to do differently. Okay. Even if I trust people, I know to what extent I have to trust them. I'll cross-check and double-check on certain issues. That is why I'm saying, say, between the two, Mahama is a better bet.
And yet they know, one kakrafi said, we've had presidents, Abba. When they are coming, they talk, and truly we see say anything. But when they step in, story necessarily who say Eddie. So okay say anything, what corrupts the system? I remember the late Kwejo Kaba Asempa meet the press and Obisa Omampani then Nana Dankwa Kufuado. Obisa and say, Mr. President, have you been tamed by the presidency? Because this is not the
very good question.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, Abra analyze media for questions will be a visa. It didn't even feature, will be a funny way. But
true.
Now we sit back and we are like, the Nanado we knew. Oh yes. In fact, before we background, yes, you bet you to until say rebrand the neighbor, Emma feed the religious. Mobo kakra ebem amazing me pass on level ni bi ebem before it worked. Enti the Nanado people expected as to whether he has performed or he has not performed. That one is to Ghana for Nebetwa Bache. But the Nanado we knew. I was a parliamentary correspondent then. Enti my working abra no I know how I not here. Mahama, I was a parliamentary correspondent. I know how vibrant Omuminati. But when they get there, you get the Nenso coming in. And where is it? Is it to say something changes? Abra,
you see, the problem of Ghana and Africa is because we have the wrong democracy in place. Democracy was the same. As now they car. Favors, money, no sky their campaign. One will be. Only be. Until other than before now, Sikani favors, and I didn't fund it, one trips, and campaigns, and to all about the car. Until all the cars are so here with interest and profit. Until now, Fejuma cry, the my way, on your cry. That's all you can say. And to answer you, the kind of leaders that we get out of a democracy can never be good leaders. I won't asa. Because one they can't be brave. The Nipa can't be brave in favors, in money, in what have you. So the question is, leader or bar bear this will to do it. Yeah, go to man.
That's true.
The go about him and say, I make up and say, me bar may say, I never come on even article. And then we've impoverished the masses and made them illiterate to a level where we can buy their vote easily. Now, future, now I get 20 cities. Why the t-shirt? Future, no man, none of the future. It's because your mind, you know, they are developing. Until then, they can take advantage of us. The other thing too is that the upbringing, you know, say you're challenging penny. Depending on your see, so to say, oh, because where they were challenging. Plus the powers that they have, the BNIs and the Yokos and the GREs, or the two. I find no fault with you and make your life uncomfortable. So they have utmost power. They have a lot of favors that they have to satisfy. And so they don't have love for the people. Because they might be a mean the thing that they do, because you see, I don't know why any Nipa Hondo Kakra. as I said, the only reason why young people pay your leadership position is that he wants you to make the world a better place for a whole lot of people. And that's what you should use the leadership for. Now, Bana Befum Skago, I thought of that broche, this can be a carbon, Ghana for sick, and Din Wahananka, Obi and Yahu Kakra. But we don't. This a bank, as I said, by. The government itself says they spend about 25 billion cedis to clean the banking sector.
Yeah.
Now, banks in assets together is nowhere near 25 billion. 25 billion at the time was about $6 million minimum, because about 4 to 1.
Okay.
If you $6 million, you go in, and the IMF say for $3 billion. If it makes sense to you, I don't know. UT Bank specifically, the government spent, I was there, so I know what I'm talking about 2.2 billion cedis to close UT Bank because deposit in our country. UT Bank was indebted to Bank of Ghana 800 million cedis, including one interest on one check. So 2.2 billion owed to Agu. Half of it could have saved UT Bank. It doesn't make sense. And I answered before no. A bro, a dream bonnie, and pulling that name before.
Like I said, banks now, you can't go here, no. When you say that word, you can't go here, no. Na enye adwen pamuni they can go here.
Some of the banks, maybe, I'm not a judge.
Okay.
But I know, say you today, we owed Bank of Ghana because we're not able to collect the money, the loans on that. So it's normal in banking. I mean, America, whatever, it happens.
Okay.
Say, money is more. You have to investigate and get them. But say my account in our my close banks will me advise, but some of it is purely political. If you look at Heritage Bank, for example, new bank, only bad loans. He's made the capital requirements. And one says so in NDC4. And Tiaguno. I mean, you don't run a country like that. I'm not talking about UT Bank, but Heritage Bank for sure. I can say it. The board of that, chairman of the board was Kwesi of blessed memory, who has headed Ministry of Finance for the longest, more than anybody. Board chairman. And the company is run by the board. Fresh company, board chairman, Kwesi Yaguno. So I can say for sure on that one, say there was no sense in closing that one. UT, fine, you decide to be a Kano door, but at least the process is not right. Africa is okay, director, sorry, but my company invest on the buy and pay and this and that. We'll tell you, say, we have other investors or something. But I can't defend everybody. I can only talk, yes, these two say. The rest, I can't say they were okay in a good and as a BP, but it is what it is. And I can't afford I'm a banner, one so a quantity, near Munye, for tax to her, for raise way braha, for when we say, I don't want any agree. So,
but I buy be any uncle in a free way. Yankee and sa, obetumi aye de ope, our fees obetumi atutu. And to me, is I buy you a person. IMF, na IMF, Mumabek media menye. Or you think they are enjoying it?
Sir, Scanwedi, about Bessiama, I see you be a mobile. Salary is quite to a bedding. That's not IMF. IMF, so condition down. And I'm a sick and a white general. So be applied to exactly what you want to do. For example, if you take money for, say, a road, make sure that the road is done to specification so that people can use the road and the road will bring benefits over the period of the terms of the loan so you can pay from that road.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now, Ujina contract to the Ama party ni untimi so ba seno why road no be a tutu 3 months na road so to na tutu into no benefit say ba na ka odi tua ka no ama ka ho no abo. So it's because of the lack of discipline and also the favors they owe and their own selfishness and greed. It's unbelievable. If you ask him, what they call it? It's good to have material things. No two ways about it. It's good to have money. If you're working hard and God bless you with it, you know how to deploy for other people to benefit. And you hotel class or relax. Hotel for when you're and worldly things, money is good. But yeah, kofosi kadia and the meaning and the opponent or my point and or show no more and then the meaning. But certainly don't let it define you. Worldly things should not define you. It's your inner self, the respect you have for people, what you are impacting to the world. That is the most important.
I understand say leadership why a comparison, I compare, I just say looking at the Nanado Beye Dr. Bawumia trying to come in, or Dada Mahama, the second coming, you know. Okay, you believe say Dada Mahama rather will be in a better position to help.
Let's be very objective and rational about it.
Okay.
At the moment, all we see is either MPP or NDC. I happen to know President Mahama and then the family. One thing I will tell you for sure, Mahama has the kind of humility you will not find in any African president. Okay. I'm telling you. Now, the other thing is, look at the two of them. Of course, Bawumia and no mate. Mate today, I say, you mate for him driving. And the driver, no, I won't find my mate by force. But you see, taking myself, if I have to run UT again, I know what to do differently. Okay. Even if I trust people, I know to what extent I have to trust them. I will cross-check and double-check on certain issues. That is why I'm saying, say, between the two, Mahama is a better bet. He's been there before. He's made some mistakes, and he can correct those mistakes or minimize those mistakes. I find Bawumia said he's being forced on us so that he will cover tracks and things like that, and it will be perpetuation of what has happened. That's my view.
Okay.
But one thing I would say for the Mahamas again is the level of humility that they have.
No, for his humility, meaning is again any be or obedience. Okay. That Mahama humility, difficult to find.
Thank you.
Because of like Ushiana, even be a Ushiana can attest to it. But is that the only quality?
It's not the only
you need to be a president.
It's not the only, but somebody who is humble because he respects other people. Okay. That can take us a bit further than I won't tell him my sorry, say you. Let me tell you one especially. I will not mention a name for obvious reason. I went to a government appointee's office recently. On my appointment. We could try first time 1.5 hours. Our friend not so why busy. Nah, I saw him call Jubilee House. Okay. Then about remember the next day. Fine. The next day, my son called him. When I met him, I must say this. Sir appointee, me buy any senior school.
Okay.
When I went to see him, I was watching him closely. He didn't even get up to shake hands with me. Me I'm casting to me transit, I'm a transit. No find the phone, Kasa no say, and the next day. Next day I went, and I intentionally went. To be honest, I say me that you mean train. I went at about 2:15 and left there 3 o'clock. When you pass about the hospital, I'm saying it looks like still need time to on time for now. As far as I'm concerned, many no upbringing any training completely different.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Because by me, you won't tell you penning cry, and that is how we're raised. School I'm call it the same thing. Military is even worse. Keeping to time, respecting your seniors, there's nothing in the kind of leadership we have now. Then there's no humility, nothing. They are bustle and they use state resources and the public office to see an appointee at a war. I'm a me office. I mean, I'm a creative, became CEO of UT Bank. It was an open door policy. Everybody, because why? Because that office is supposed to serve people. Now, you not have meeting. And these are people who are supposed to serve us. That is why I hammered on the humility alone means has respect for people. And if you have respect for people, it means you are God-fearing because Obiya and upon creation. That is why you respect people. Who dear? Obezu aka say, oh, where the uncomfort day, where you in the force me and take a crack. Now when you God-fearing, any respect for the power. Woody at a free meaning we have to change that my thing go home. Sanity.
Has that happened?
About way. Now really, this government, let me tell you, the people are the stating things. Not that I hate the government. No, I don't. But the fact is that this government squandered our past. How did they do it?
Okay.
Your president and so called. Only the president call. Taxes, inflation, whatever. Your president call.
Okay.
Future so in that. Yare model debt see a piegu. That's what it is. And I'm a finance man, so I'm only talking about the financial aspect of it.
Yeah.
Our roads are near building first, then bridges maybe quite a cut. Railways or cut. I think I said the railways about said the structure that we have now is not fit for this country. So present now and future there, a hamboni anymore. Honestly, listen, whoever is coming as head of state for Ghana, will be because I don't know how. But see, we have so much potential, sir. It's always been there. If we get it right, we get the right person. Not 100% disciplined, we won't get it.
If, for instance, per your marking, see, Nanado has failed that. And before Nanado was elected, the promises and how he spoke and said the Ghana for Genetum, what do you think changed? Diana, as a son, why has he failed?
You see, you fail because you come into office and there are pressures that come to bear. You know, Ghana's system, because we are not putting the right systems and respect the right systems, nature abhors vacuum. So we have negative system taking place. You know the system that around this country? Family and friends run this country. Pastors, in coalition with politicians, run this country. Traditional rulers run this country. Those are the people that make the decision. So to your point, what has changed?
Yeah.
These people come, so satisfied, then they are him for a bar, who have votes, and they're so satisfied, pastors are bad, they carry votes seriously, and so satisfied. And that makes every person who needs these factors they are making, it will make him irrelevant. It can't do things for the general people. Who satisfy him way, who satisfy a pastor way, and a pastor for say see cathedral. And not a man will buy into so see cathedral. And you go for see cathedral. And on here but and I say, and now here vote because I had money vote to mouth, and I had money vote to mouth, yes, and I vote to mouth. So you're a politician. So now, whether you meant it or not, you can't do it. But sometimes I tend to believe say they didn't mean it. They knew the right things to say.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to because it's so bad. I can't say you meant it. Because if you meant it, someone say, "Hey, call home, baby." So I have to do something about it. But that's their lot, and I'm not judging. I mean, God is there to judge us.
It's strange. Abraham Mekai, and not the pass of I had friends Omoye Jumao or Penny na Flagstaff House. Security for be we all have once and be a Charlie. I walk around on me now. And I just time you know that's where you just a time be
Yes, Obo
Juma. And che the first time no na free SHS aba na we aba so then all of a sudden the analysis are air batch say in fact when you because we can say if we are to rate abanya abakwa we be call from cry and I ask myself if it's sometimes I don't know.
I think advisors also should take part of the blame, but they appoint their own advisors. I mean, if we're a leader and you hear say, "Who advisor be is squander some money," or you will investigate and sanction appropriately. But advisors are not or one year the people that he can't sanction.
Okay.
In business, I tell people say, listen. If you know you can't fire someone, don't hire the person. To say be a offer, the barber now say position be the barber now so won't mean idea. Per excuse we can say but these are his own people, cohorts, cliques and things like no one prepare one when you're power. And what are you going to say? Until on power no part, all the whole head of state, no kakra one chair hand minister of something, and I'll become a there. So it's and people you see say Ghana no. If you want to lead a life who depending on values and you want to be upright, you are an endangered species.
Person abrabo
you must find a job on the side or do something on the side to supplement whatever is happening. But also we hear that's where we are. So it's easy to corrupt people. And obi so nya baby kakra kota. I say MP beko de me nipa. Quite I means of livelihood.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not good for the country because it threatens our future. I mean, the democracy is supposed to just free flowing and people decide. But this time, the rigging and all those just say, "Oh, moja daso," and it's not good for this country. So I have fears for the country. That's why I start by saying, "Say, samana najwa, and yeah, UT Bank, na yeah, Kofi Abemboni awadi, but Ghana dena ya hamaju."
Oh, fears, they say, oh, soldier money free. Current soldier here said there shouldn't be any fears.
No, not fears for a coup.
Okay.
But talking about soldiers, see, the appointments people, politicians make, sometimes it makes you doubt say, what is in their minds. Again, talking about soldier, the current Minister of Defense, minimum that.
Okay.
Minyacho Soko Boy Scout to Krada, because the time not Boy Scout on the home.
Okay.
And he become the Minister of Defense. And Ghana has celebrated generals, internationally celebrated generals. Every country that I know of, Minister of Defense is a retired army officer or military officer. Because you understand the system, you understand the troubles of the soldiers, what they need. But they put this young man there. And therefore, what do you think the generals are thinking? You are demeaning the military. The only trouble now is that when I was in the army, soldiers didn't talk politics. It was like a rule. Say soldiers and politics are called Muslim Bibia. And soldiers Bibia only MPP or NDC. And that is why, according to me, that's why it's difficult to organize a coup now. Because only may be a party of it. But first in the night, soldier, we're soldier need only a binding government anywhere yet. So if soldiers are talking. But again, to my point, I said, Minister of Defense, what can you bring? Of course, 7 years that he's learned something. What was in the mind of the politicians who were appointed in the first place?
Is it not a matter of trust? So when you be between me, with you.
What about knowledge? What about knowledge and experience?
We can tell, say, Obaye, what he did,
How old was he, for example?
Okay.
He was a seasoned businessman.
Okay.
So at least, as you said, he wanted maybe some
at least obi a oda
confidence and but at least he had the experience and exposure in this world. I'm telling you, there's a young man who had probably, I don't know what he had done before. But that's beside the point. Minimum, I'm not out to ridicule or anything, but I'm telling you that some of the appointments that the politicians make, it's as if they don't even care about Ghana moving on. Because, and that is even both parties do it. Meaning it's politically expedient for them, because I'm not a politician, but there's at least much to be desired in the people that we appoint. It should be about merit and experience, the ability to perform for the people. It shouldn't be about just Soda Obeda and all those. No, you can have both. I mean, retired generals, maybe will be MPP sympathizers for sure.
Okay.
So find someone who knows it and comes, as Atame said, hit the ground running. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Mamimra, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, young corner so papa. You only ohete kakra bi say oye mate, na nye mate bi anenim kaka.
Also no one kind.
Yeah, ono so but ono de oso dem kan, wasua kan watwi bi kra or the digitalization ka anenanenam kum like watwi bi. Enti no. E ma no kwan a obetwia me hu say yes, otwi ne fine pa. You think he can't, because there is this I dream eba say abayance sans ma continuity entime enkoso presidents ni bebre be kwa they suggest say be yank extended the term no cry because sa 448 no it's to do so much.
The one me the other thing count.
And we know how do you just oppose that?
I know Bawumia to some extent, but my point was, between the two of them, to somebody who has run that office before, and I gave he said, if I have to run UT Bank again, it will be the same thing. Not that I did anything wrong, but at least I trusted people I shouldn't have trusted fully, for example, right? Okay. There's certain places that I left in the hands of the heads to just do whatever they want, and I wasn't paying a close eye to it, and I wasn't monitoring effectively. Okay. So that alone, for me, and that is something that we haven't had in Ghana before. You know, be president 4 years, I reflect 8 years, and if we give him power again, it's worth. All I'm saying, it's worth experimenting that one. Because so far, you have tried soldiers, you have tried politicians, you have tried all sort of things. And what we haven't tried is to be aware deep pain, no transit, no sayaba. That we haven't tried. And I'll put my head on that than any other factor. Say, mate, let me drive you, let me drive you. I wouldn't do that experiment again. I would prefer, say, I was an experiment with somebody who's been there before, who has humility and who has respect for people. I know it. So we say, so yeah, and I say, bye, we all rally around to say, Masa, this is what is happening. And let him get something done for the country, I hope.
It was for you, so didn't come on. I can't share more. In fact, last year, no one, I can't say my giant interviews here. Name of me didn't come on. And in common one, ye do wana, a beer twessy ha, or wana, a beer twessy ha. Na ye kwa.
Bring up one day, Yawa and our Jokunipa. Me every video, me make sure we can be start here. Carbohydrates, no. Now, so what can say? Would it be a casa? A promede, a one true green foods. If you're not purposely enumerate, who bet me don't want to true green foods on Kwaso. Say, and we hear so wubeti, na preventing and yan would be to say hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, and all sorts of metabolic diseases, say stroke, cardiovascular diseases, cancer, and in a so forth. And one need true green foods. A busu wo US go person wait so etikakra and now we maintain no kono true green foods na ebenye homa na ye fe didu obi afre 703 300 5039 Any 703-670-3640. True Green Foods. Apomezin kwara chum.
Me did the young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bush for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Aye easy, aye convenient, aye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover aye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come a bush for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Hello, love.
Gary, do you have Mommy's parcel for her big day?
The shipping company says it will take 1 month.
A month? Gary, use Rapid.
Rapid?
Rapid courier ships from the United States to Ghana and 9 other African countries within 3 to 5 days. Log on to rapidgroup.com, buy, ship to us, and we deliver right to your doorstep.
That fast?
Yes, that's Rapid for you. Can you sign this?
I thought you only ordered Mommy's parcel.
No, I ordered a few car parts too.
Are you too busy to shop? We will shop for you. Rapid also has a luggage delivery service, so you can make that extra luggage and we will deliver at the lowest rate. Locate Rapid Courier on the Spinters Road off the Lekma Road.
Rapid Courier. Just shop. We deliver. Enjoy.
Malata African market, and I'm Papa. African market. Order for so blonze ha. Now open African market. Papa didra. Mo akoma to yam dia. Malata African market. Edem sronko. Smoked fish, meat, dry fish, sao kenki, rice, yam, fufu flour ni nnuane ahodo afiri Africa. Afei, ye want to ma papa. Bo wire kente, adamase kente, ahweni ahodo. Ani nneoma bebre na wobenya wo Malata African market. Hwehwe ye chi akwan ene number e wo screen so. Malata African market. African market mu King Kong. Malata African market. And I'm Papa. African market. African market.
At Diaspora Insurance, we understand the importance of dignified send-offs within Ghanaian culture and traditions. We also understand that you want to avoid the double trauma of your family grieving and not having the financial support to cover funeral expenses when you're not around. With our Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan, you can now cover yourself or your family in Ghana or abroad. With no medicals required, we'll accept you if you are under 75 years. Visit our website today or call us to complete a simple form in under 5 minutes. With Diaspora Insurance, your